Chris, you had a pretty good season for bikebug.com last year, and there was sort of some potential that maybe you get something overseas. Tell us about was there any offers? I mean, how close do you think you got?
Well, yeah, I had signed a contract with a Belgian Continental team, but they just couldn't find a little bit of money they needed just to get it over the line. So unfortunately, that folded, and it was a little bit late in the season. So that's how I ended up where I am at the moment.
And so, are you happy? I mean, you're reasonably happy though to be at GPM?
Yeah, definitely. GPM and also a mix with the Belgian amateur team, so it's a good mix for the season. I'm still going to get the good racing in it, so I'm looking forward to it.
So you'll be doing a similar sort of thing where you did some European racing as like last year?
Yeah, I'll go at the end of February, spend 6 months over there, racing flat out, have a little break just before I come back home and then get into it again.
I mean, tell us about this season. You did you did quite well in Goulburn, you did quite well in Graft, and it just sort of didn't quite win. Was that frustrating?
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. It's hard to go a year without winning a race, especially when I think I got like 4 or 5 seconds for the year. So yeah, definitely a goal for next year just to win one.
Yeah. I mean, was there anything? Do you think you could have done anything more in? I mean, Graft in particular was just down to you, Jamo, really at the end there. Was there anything you could have done, or do you look back and go,
Yeah, I've tried as hard as I could. Maybe a little bit more contribution from Jamo through the race. Maybe would have made him a little bit more tired at the finish, and it could have been a little bit more of an even sprint. But yeah, he was just a bit too fast there.
Yeah, fair enough. And looking to this next season, coming season, first race will be Nationals. Trent said that you'll be maybe trying to ride in the breakaways in the road race early on to try and maybe get in that early move that maybe stays away. Is that the plan?
Yeah, it's early in the season, so for me personally, it's not a goal. So I'll still have reasonable form. I'll have a bit of base fitness behind me, but I won't have that high intensity that you'll need to really be like a part of the bike race at the end. But so for me, the goal would be to try and get some TV time and get up there and get GPM in front of the camera as much as we can.
And what about the other big one that potentially you guys can win is the Criterium Championship. You're happy to work for guys like Phil or in that?
Yeah, 100%. We have a really good team for that one, I think. And it depends on what sort of Pro Tour riders turn up, but we have a strong team, which is important. And it's a tight criterium too, so if we can get a good lead-out train, we're definitely going to be in the mix.
Yeah. And then Tour of Wellington, or Tour of Manawatu now it's called, after that, are you going to be riding there with any sort of aspirations? Yeah,
I'll be definitely going for a podium spot come that time of year. It's just before I go back to Europe, so I'm going to have the form. And I had an alright crack last year, but yeah, hopefully this year I'll just get over the line a little bit more.
I mean, what do you think you can do differently next season that potentially will give you that extra edge to? I mean, I guess the idea, what you're looking for at the end of this year will be, a professional contract. I mean, are you going to change your preparation at all? Are you going to be targeting certain races in August? I mean, what's the plan?
The plan for me really would be hit the road running when I get over to Belgium. So my first race is Lanspeel on the 3rd of March.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to have good form coming from an Australian summer, obviously, when the Europeans have been in winter. So for me, my best chance is to hit March as fast as I can go and try and crack some early results before the Europeans sort of come up to the same level. So that's the advantage that I've got. And then also later in the year, sort of April, May, there's some good tours on in Belgium, so I can try and have a crack there as well.
So can you tell us what continental team you'll be riding for?
It's not a continental team, it's an amateur team.
Yeah.
It's a top competition team, so for people that know, sort of the amateurs racing in Belgium, it's part of the top 10 amateur teams.
Okay.
So we still get to race a lot of pro races, so you get to mix it up with the pros. And, a good result, good top 10, good top 5, it's worth a lot.
No worries. All right, cheers. Thanks, Chris. Thanks very much.